Okay, and I'm Kelly, and this is my sister, my business partner Tracy.
Hello, everybody.
And we'll be baking with Black Balance tonight, and talking about what, you guys?
Sex, love, relationship.
I really hope my mom's not watching because
I didn't agree.
Well, you know what? How did we all get here? I mean,
I don't think about it.
donut holes.
So, because after sex, you get hungry.
Yes.
And what you get hungry for?
You guys, this is not what we signed up for. So if you thought something else was going on, I know it's kind of early, but put the kids away, put them to sleep. Put them to sleep.
they might want to learn how to bake a cookie, though.
No, baby, if you watch it, please put the kids away. Put them away.
They should be asleep.
Don't put them asleep. Put them away.
They should be asleep, y'all. All right, so you want to get into what we're making today?
I enjoy it.
We're gonna start off with that.
Yeah, you guys gonna stay over here with us? You're gonna
Yes, we're gonna stay.
Yeah.
You staying Irish?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No.
Do you want
Go
to
ahead.
record?
Go ahead. What are we gonna talk about?
Okay, so today we're gonna make
Our OMG.
they're
OAT. OMG.
Yeah, they're a spin off of Cracklin' Oat Bran cereal.
If anybody's familiar with that, the Kellogg's grown-up cereal, top shelf, no characters on it.
The box is about this big, and it's over $4, but it's so good.
It's
and
so good.
It's like hearty. It's a hearty cereal. It's delicious.
A crisp, like little rectangle with a hole in the middle. It's delicious. If you guys want to try it out, but that's what inspired the OMG cookie. So
yeah, so it's it tastes like it, but it just doesn't look like it.
Right.
It's just gonna be a regular oatmeal cookie, but with some jazz. So
yes.
If y'all want to talk, like, I'm just put my apron on.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, let's get our aprons.
Sit up. Do we get aprons too? No.
Oh man, we didn't bring it.
So I didn't know y'all was gonna be on this side. So.
Really?
Okay.
Shout out to Tiffany from Cute as a Button.
Nice.
Yes.
You see yours?
They see me rolling. They hate it.
I know. Choir? Okay.
Oh yeah.
You want me to find a song?
Ayo. You don't want to with me. Still claiming TDG. To the daddy. Ayo.
All right.
And we got a cakewalk.
I'm done.
We haven't made up the cakewalk yet. We just made that up today. So later on, we're really gonna make a cakewalk. We have to choreograph that for real. For real.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just get into the baking. So in our dry ingredients bowl,
we have our
flour, oats, salt, leavener,
spices,
couple spices, secret spices in there. If you want to check it out, you gotta just buy some stuff from us. If you really want to know the ingredients. And some coconut, some dried coconut. You see that, girl?
I do.
Smells like love, right?
It
smells like love.
No, it doesn't smell good. It smells good. I thought Carol was fake.
Carol, you can just whisk that up real good.
Okay.
That smells good.
And in
I
our
will do
in
that.
our wet bowl, Tracy putting on the butter, but in our wet bowl for now we have.
How do you whisk? Can you see
just
So you
flick
whisk?
that wrist? Just flick it.
Oh, flick.
Not out the bowl.
She
whisking kind of hard.
I'm whisking. How do you flick?
Like just like here, put it down. And look, just like this.
But she said flick your wrist.
You ain't gotta
Flick
flick.
it.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm just messing
And in our wet bowl we have our two different sugars, some maple syrup, and some actual malt extract.
Excuse me.
And Tracy's over here browning the butter.
The butter is browning.
Yeah. And we can preheat to 325.
Oh yeah.
So
And if you don't whisk, what happens?
You might have too much seasoning in some of the cookies, and the other ones don't have enough.
Okay.
It gives it the nice even flow, so all the cookies are kind of uniform.
Now, is she doing it right?
Yes, absolutely.
I've never seen somebody whisk like that. Okay.
I mean,
Let me
as long as it gets mixed,
I think you should try.
My sister, she like, this can't do it. I'm like, man. I learned from last time.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm good.
Look at her whisk
You hear
work.
that?
I feel like you're used to making eggs or something like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? All
Y'all
right.
might need to.
I'm good. I'm done.
That was fantastic. I don't think we need any more whiskey.
That's what I'm talking
So great. So
So
what
while
are
we're
we
waiting for this butter to brown, what's up? What we
what
doing?
are we discussing tonight?
I want to talk about
Okay, so
relationships. How different are relationships today than they were 10 years ago?
I've never dated anyone in my life. So
You never
That's
dated
what-
anyone? Please,
I've
these
never
are
dated.
fabrications.
She's lying. She's lying.
First of all, social media.
Mhm.
And just the accessibility of people that wouldn't normally be just right there at your fingertips, like
yes.
hundreds of thousands, or even
WYD.
like millions or billions of people are right there.
So do you think that makes people not appreciate relationships as much now because of that?
No, because if someone was really curious on, I want to meet this girl, I meet this guy, they would find another way to do it. It was just different methods back then.
That's true.
In the 60s
But do you
and
think there's
70s.
too much access though?
Oh no, because I mean, you could follow somebody, you could be subscribed to somebody's channel or their page, and you don't know anything about them. They post pictures of what they're
That's
eating.
very
Maybe
true.
maybe you know what they like to eat, where they like to travel, what their dog looks like, their favorite color. But it's just like, do you know them? Like, do you know this will be a good partner? This is someone that you would want to date. You don't know that by looking at
That's
a
true.
page sometimes,
That's
unless they're like posting like back shots or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, thank you, Jasmine.
Jasmine did a back shot for us. No.
Jazz, you in a relationship? Do you think it's easier?
Come on over here.
Oh, y'all pivoted though. We were doing this.
Come on in.
Jasmine, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to.
You're here. You don't even have to log in.
You don't
I'm
have
supposed
to.
to read the
She
thing.
wants to report
You know, I'm supposed to read the.
You were.
I got one job, but I'm not doing it.
I think the difficulty with relationships is that there's so much, right? There's open relationships, there's non-open relationships. So you're dealing with that. You don't know what say what?
So that's me.
What do you mean that's you?
Open. We're in an open relationship.
So how difficult for you before meeting him? How difficult was it for you to meet somebody and you tell them, hey, I'm open to seeing other people?
Well, interestingly, I think because we met on an app actually, and I think that probably helped because we both sort of had that
That's what we do.
Hello, everybody. But no, for real, it's like I think for me or for us, it probably actually helped because it was already out there and it wasn't something where it's like, oh, we gotta sort of like dance around it and it's like you're 3 weeks or however many chats into talking to a person. And it's like, oh wait, we actually don't align on this like pretty crucial thing to how this relationship may or may not work. Yeah, actually I think it made it a little bit easier than this when we first met. So it was like, oh, you're game? Well, I'm game too. Now we can keep talking and see where this goes.
Yeah, I think some people hide that too. They're like, I'm gonna kind of go with his flow or her flow, scared of like, oh, I just really want to be with somebody. It's just like, but if this is something that you need or want or that you're open to, certain things are crucial to talk about.
Say what you don't want. It's like you gotta try to have a thought summer. Have a thought summer. Like lead with that.
Without judgment. Do what you do. It's better in the beginning than waiting and waiting and waiting and like
after
10 years
you're
later, you're like, hey,
yes, like,
I've been
I was
dating
really
somebody
feeling you,
else.
but now we don't even.
Do you feel though that helps with commitment? That
What?
strengthens commitment, the open relationship, or just being open?
I think it depends on the relationship because if you're talking about two people.
Because the reason why I asked that before, I'm sorry to cut you off, because before we didn't really talk about it, right? And
But it exists.
Yeah, people.
but it
just did
existed.
it.
But
Yeah,
let's focus on people who didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Their relationship go down. It sucks, right? In terms of marriage, whether it's in the church or not, divorce rates are high.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you feel that would strengthen the relationship because now we're open? Now, listen, you might admit, hey, I'm a freak. This is what I like.
I think it.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, or I want to sign.
The communication a lot stronger because it's like when I think about like the divorce rates and people talk about like infidelity and stuff, it's like, okay, is the issue that they had a relationship with someone else, or is the issue that they betrayed the trust and commitment that you made to each other? So it's like those are different things, and so it's like it's not to say that we won't still break up, but it won't be because of that. So it's just like it's just an element that we just talk about more openly, which I feel like a lot of people could do. It's like even it's like even if you're in a monogamous relationship, it's like if a time comes up and it's like you're looking elsewhere, like maybe talk about that and like why that is
instead of just
what's
doing
happening.
it.
Or
back.
keeping it in because you're afraid of like what's going to happen and what they're going to say. It's just, I don't know. I think relationships can just look a lot of different ways, and because the sort of like conventional, traditional, what we see is just like one person or like two people together, and it's like them and that's it. But that doesn't work for a lot of people. Hence the infidelity,
and I love
hence
that
the divorce. So it's like if that doesn't work for you,
I can't deal with
maybe
the pressure.
And I
get that.
And I get that.
I mean, also that it's not.
I get that.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
It's not a glamorous life.
Listen, I can't do it. Maybe when I was 20, but now I'm like, nah, I
it's
can't
not for
do it.
everybody. But then monogamy is not for everybody.
But I don't. Would that be like
relationships are for everybody?
But that's like an open relationship is just like a friendship, right?
It's what you want it to be, what it is for you.
It could be a lot of layers to that.
Yeah, how's it different from a friendship?
Yeah, how's it different?
I don't have one, so I don't know.
How is the open relationship
different from a friendship?
Yeah.
So it's not. I think it's just like any other relationship. So it's like the only difference is, to me, the only difference is like the number of partners. So it's not that. It's like it's not like, oh, him having another partner, me having another partner means that we love each other less, or that we feel less strongly about each other. And like, I don't feel for him like I feel about my friends. Like it's a very different. So it's like, oh, that's the same, but it's just like and it's just how we operate. So it's not like, like I said, it's not for everybody. It's not everybody's thing. But the way we operate is like there's room for all of that. And it's just about being respectful and communicating and making sure that we're on the same page. And if any point we're not, then we address it and we change it. But again, I think that's how it could be or should be for any relationships. And it's like, it may like, our conversations may be around, it's like, oh, like having another partner, like going on another date. And for somebody else, it might be like, you spending more money than I thought. Like I thought we were saving. You're out here spending. It's like you're not on the same page. So it's like I think substitute any issue that couples fight over or break up over or end up not trusting each other over, and it's just communication to me.
It's communication and also understanding. Like because if you can communicate, but you got to still understand each other.
Something's a pride. You got to make sure you don't have pride. Because you could listen and communicate, but if you're not willing to humble yourself, there's no way you're gonna understand. I want to understand. I read somewhere that women are most likely to cheat than men, and then they broke it down.
Stop reading stuff.
They broke it down and said when men cheat, when men cheat, they still love their partner.
There's nothing here.
They still want it to happen, but when women cheat, they most likely are done with the relationship.
So they're at their wits' end, and they're like, "Hey, this is the last resort."
They're unsatisfied.
They're on their way out.
They're going to find satisfaction elsewhere.
Yes. And speaking of that, Aisha Curry, right?
Yeah.
You guys feel about that? Her statement.
I didn't hear the whole statement. I saw commentary about what she said, but I didn't hear exactly what she said. All I heard was that she didn't feel very secure because there were no other guys besides her husband that were really paying attention to her.
And people
went ham on her.
Yeah, because they were saying she shouldn't want attention from anybody else. But again, I've said that's an open forum for Red Table Talk. It's for you to talk candidly about whatever's going through your mind. So for people to bash her, I don't think that's fair because that's the entire point of the Red Table.
Right.
To just speak candidly.
Also, that has nothing to do with like what her and her husband have. It's like if like feeling desired or whatever is like something that makes you feel good, I don't mean it's like, oh, he's checking for me, I'm gonna go cheat. He's checking for me, I'm gonna go like leave my husband now.
My thing is, I'm surprised that men respect him so much that they don't flirt with her. I'm really surprised. I was like, where are those men? Like they respect, like what, he in the mafia? Like
I mean, you know what?
But I think
some people may disagree. I saw this comment before, but on the men's side, they seem to respect property rights more than women's rights.
What? She took it all the way left.
They view the woman as property. Like, I respect their property, but if she was single, and don't say no. Right. You better enjoy this attention that you asked for, and give me that number.
I got you.
It's like the Law in London and Kodak Black situation.
That's
Soon
exactly
Nipsey
what I was
died,
thinking about when I heard that.
So,
Because when what's his name, that rapper said that he was going to give her a year or so to
grieve.
heal.
Yeah,
Kodak
I think
Black
that was
Black
inappropriate. I don't know.
I don't think Kodak likes black women or himself.
I don't even know who it is.
I mean,
I don't even know who he is.
What?
At first, initially, I'm like, okay, I heard I used something like, okay, sounds weird. I mean, 'cause you have all the money, you have all the popularity, everything. Like, why do you need that? But, talking to my wife, she broke it down. I get it. Because, yeah, like, I don't think she wants to cheat on her man. Like,
Yeah.
If they have open relationship, that's fine.
desirable.
yeah.
Right. So I get it, guys. I guess we
That's
don't
a whole
feel that
different
way.
kind of therapy session. Like, that's not even about marriage.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think people
It's
looking at
that's
him
a
like,
whole different
bro, what you
experience.
doing at home that she's feeling this way? I
Yeah.
think that's how men
But maybe
initially
he's
look.
not there. He's a celebrity. He's
Yeah.
a hard, like he's working all the time.
So see, here's where that communication piece comes in. So
Yes,
where
and
I
he's
say it
doing
is
events
like,
on the road all the time.
you got to know what those needs are. So it's like, if for her, like what she needs out of a relationship is like, I need to feel desired. I need to feel like that closeness and like proximity and like being able to spend time. It's like, if that's not a lifestyle that he can support, then it's like, you got to talk about that. So it's like, so what's going to be our workaround? How are we going to account for the fact that I got to be on the road, but you need like this kind of support at
I
home?
can't
Like,
give you that.
yeah, and it doesn't have to be, it's like, oh, we don't match, so now we got to break up. But it's like, okay, so now that we see that we're on different sides of this, we got to talk about some ways to compromise. And we got to talk about some ways that sometimes I'm here for you and sometimes you're here for me. And sometimes it's going to be hard. So now we talk about how you cope when I can't be there for you. And like what kind of support system you might need for that. Like I think there's a lot of options outside of cheat or break up, which is where a lot of these things
you're right.
Just stirring in the brown butter here.
I think a lot of people talking about it too. So maybe husbands and wives can have these conversations, or boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, have this conversation. That looks good.
Well, you know what? I think another part of it too is he might still make her feel attractive, but she might feel like, well, if all these other guys aren't finding me attractive, maybe eventually he won't either, and I'll lose him altogether, and then who will have me?
Yeah, because she was talking about how
kids now.
Because she was talking about how women would disrespect her in front of her.
And
like,
that irks her.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I see that. It's hard. I mean, we're not in that position, so I ain't got to deal with it.
But even though you're not in that position, I mean, men who don't have a job, who live with their girlfriend and deal with stuff like that.
They're too broke to be in a relationship. You have to have
Tell us how
money to
you
be in a
really
relationship. I'm sorry. No
I'm
job.
just saying,
to be in a
it's
relationship.
men out here who a woman is supporting.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's men out here who another woman is supporting them and taking care of them, and they still going out in the streets and cheating. And other women are still attracted to them and want to be with them. So just think, when you're on stealth,
not in the NBA, living in their mom's basement,
and they still out here. Like you ain't calling me. Like forget
Jerome was my homeboy.
Tell us who he is. Who's Jerome?
No, I mean, I'm telling you, I just feel like you broke, you shouldn't be in a relationship. No,
Okay.
What if you're broke together?
No.
What if you're broke together?
What I'm saying is,
sometimes
if you're broke and you have a vision, you have a plan, yeah.
But what
If
if
you
it
broke,
happened later? Like, what if you had a job and you got laid off or something?
I'm not talking about that.
I know there's also a color spectrum here. The black men in general make a lot less than other groups do in general. So even when they are working, sometimes it's not bringing in as much as the next person.
As long as you have something. I feel like
something.
But if you're just sitting there at home,
trying. You should definitely be trying.
Playing 2K? Nah. And then you
Make it
like you said.
I don't agree with if you're broke, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Because I think that's society based.
Yeah.
Like love is love.
Like bring something.
Yeah. But I even say
don't be broke and sad by yourself.
But you can bring
It doesn't
up,
have to be money.
even though I made a statement about the guy who lives,
What y'all
with
think?
somebody, whatever. But if you have a business,
read the comments on Instagram. They're pretty good.
So they said that's true.
if you have a good personality, that's what you bring to the table.
Existed way before capitalism.
Exactly.
I love
Thank
that.
you. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. Because what if your personality is just like bomb?
Whoever you date, are they
No,
broke?
don't scratch that. No.
We gotta edit this more down. What step are we at now, Tracy? What have we done?
I just stirred in the brown butter. It needs to cool a little bit more before we add the egg, because if we put the egg in there while the butter is hot, it will cook it. And you don't want cooked eggs in your
I mean,
pre
we might be making a
egg.
breakfast cookie one of these days.
You
with
know what?
scrambled eggs.
But do y'all smell that?
It
Y'all smell
smells
it?
so good.
You too? Can you smell it?
I wish you could smell it.
It's
so
kind of
good.
melting the brown
Enjoying it
sugars
very
in
much,
there.
very much.
And it's very aromatic. That brown butter is real special. But yeah, about the brown butter, you want to just cook it till it's golden. There's different levels to it. You can take it off when it's kind of a golden toasty brown. Sometimes we cook it till it's like almost black, so it gives it even an extra kick. But you don't want it. But don't go all the way to black, because then it's burnt, and then that's
a mess.
extra. And burnt food is not good for you. It can turn carcinogenic. So
I
don't
heard burnt-
blacken your butter. Just brown it.
I heard burnt. Let me get on.
In other words,
I heard burnt is the same as like raw, like eating raw. Have y'all heard that?
Yikes.
No.
Like as far as what it does to your
The chemical
body.
makeup, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I've never heard that, but I've never really eaten raw things besides sushi.
interesting.
Or maybe
That
that beef.
I mean, I do sometimes like look the batter. That egg drop.
Yeah, but that's like a little scope. You're not like cracking the egg into your mouth.
Although they be drinking the egg.
Yeah,
Rocky
so-
Road.
Yeah, they do. Rocky. And a lot of
I
other.
tried that one time to screw up.
Never try it.
The
That's
texture
nasty.
would probably make me gas.
I don't think so. But I think sometimes there's something on the outside of the shell that can be dangerous if you get that in your system, like if they didn't wash them or something. But as far as I know, the raw eggs are not dangerous. I know there's, they always have that disclaimer like, watch out for E. coli or salmonella.
It's always something.
It's
Like
always
someone's
something.
pooping on the lettuce.
But
I don't trust it.
other creatures eat raw eggs all the time. Like they know what's in there. Like there's the protein. Let's get in there and get it. So I think either way, certain things raw
So just eat
and
one.
cooked is okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna die anyway.
We sure are.
Might as
So
well
we're
eat
gonna
something
die
you love.
anyway.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm telling you.
I mean,
Think about that a
unless
lot.
it's like real, I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I know people are
Right.
watching. Yeah, like people are gonna be like, oh my god, no,
Get over here.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying you're gonna die anyway. You should be enjoying your life, enjoying what you're eating. But my thing is, I like to travel, so I'm like, if I want to do what the locals do, and if they're eating, they're like getting the fish out the ocean. I'm gonna do that too.
Feed me that.
Yes, I want the shark
Yes.
tail.
I'm exactly like that. Agreed.
So,
And if you're gonna die eating 2 Dough Girl cookies.
oh, that was a beautiful
Nice
segue,
plug.
Carol.
Love it.
Thank you.
I love
Do y'all want to hear how we met, Carol?
Yes. How did we meet?
Well, it was her and Cameo. They came to a vintage festival by It's Poppin' Vintage.
Well, Carol saw us on social media, and
Social
she knew
media
we were
got it
gonna
right,
be
y'all.
there, right?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know you was gonna be there, but on Twitter, you guys had started following us,
Oh,
and I thought the
that's
name
right.
was so cute. And I was like, "Who is the 2 Dough Girls?"
And I don't even know how I found you. I don't.
Yeah, I
maybe
don't
you-
know.
I remember when I
This
first
is
started
news to
the
me.
account, I would just search Atlanta and like
Oh,
click on
okay.
different accounts to find people that
Yeah.
are near, and I probably found you. I was like, oh,
Oh yeah. So when Cammy said they were at the Vintage Festival, which I was on my way there, she was like, "The 2 Dough Girls are here," because I think I had already told her about you
Okay.
guys. So yeah.
Awesm.
And then I came
They
up
showed
to
up.
I came
She
up to
started
their
snapping
table,
pictures, y'all.
and I was like, "Can I take a picture of y'all?" And they was like, "Sure." So I took a picture of them. And that was like when I first got my camera.
This was 2016, y'all. It's
Mhm.
2019 now. So
Yeah.
I think we're in there.
yeah, Carol's our day one here.
And let's talk about how we met
Day
Dr.
12.
Emil.
I'm day 2.
gotta
Dr.
come
Emil,
around.
Dr. Emil, how we met him was he did a documentary for Ladidra White.
Oh, we
Yes.
love
Yes.
If you're
She's in Cali
watching,
right
we
now,
love
right?
you.
Yes. And I had went to one of the ambushes. It was like at a winery. And Dr. Emil was there and he was filming for the documentary. And I don't know, did we just say hello to each other? I can't
Yeah,
really
you were
remember.
scared. You were in the corner like this.
No, I wasn't.
I'm just saying.
I don't think it sound like Carol.
Carol came to me and said, "Hey, how you doing?" I was nervous. Mom, I don't know anybody. She's like, "How you doing, man?" You know? Yeah, you approached. I didn't approach you, trust me.
Maybe
I was
Very on
nervous.
brand.
I was nervous. And she approached me and we talked, and I love her photography. And then I don't know, you told her. I don't know.
I can't remember the rest. I just know you reached out for the documentary. You wanted us to be a part of the documentary.
And you were like, I don't pick up the phone, which I did a mental health post about that, but you did tell me that. You was like, you don't pick up the phone, but I don't pick up the phone, y'all.
Y'all want to touch on that since that month? You want to expand
well,
on that?
I put a post on Instagram about me not picking up the phone because I get anxiety. Like, I get major anxiety. I just get nervous. My heart start racing. And this is just like an issue with my friends, family. I always hear this, like, why don't you pick up the phone? And I really, some people I tell, some people I don't, because a lot of people, if they're not dealing with something, they don't understand what you're going through. Or they feel like you can get over it, or it's ridiculous. So I don't really respond like, why? I have to process things. Like if someone calls me, it just alarms me. And I'd rather you leave a message or give me a text and then I call you back and process it. Or even if you don't do that, I can call you back a little later because I process that someone called me and they want to talk to me about something. So.
See, and I feel like I don't even need that explanation because it's just like, you have a life too.
Yes, exactly.
And you're not obligated to answer my phone call every time I call you.
Yeah.
And some people take it personal, like
they do take it
me.
personal.
Right. She doesn't like me anymore.
Right.
We're not friends.
Wow,
It's just like, how old are we?
Right.
How old are we though?
I saw this post recently that said, and I was like, and they were like, we need to make a T-shirt, but it said I can post on Instagram and not respond to your call because it's my phone. I was like, that's so true.
Like, this is my time. I just want to look at funny memes.
No, I get nervous too.
I'm gonna
when
laugh.
Somebody calls and I just ignore the phone call. And I'm like, yeah, I really got to post this picture. I really got to post this picture.
Let me go ahead and do this. I don't want to miss that.
I end up calling like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I was sleeping. I'm like, oh gosh. But I get nervous too. I deal with anxiety and depression, and last year was really, really bad. This year's been good so far, but there's times where I don't leave the house. There's times where I need to go shoot, and I don't leave. My wife's like, did you shoot? No. What did you do? I stayed home. And for whatever reason, some inside of me is just it's breaking down, telling me, no, stay. I'm worried about everything. And it got like that, I think, back in 2012. And it just never stopped. And so I've gotten help. I've talked to people. I've done my own therapy. I don't think therapy is limited to just seeing a person talking about your problems and then giving you advice, which is not bad. But I think you got to find something else too that helps you. Right. You know, and I think you have to have a responsibility in terms of finding it for yourself because that person doesn't know that person. They don't know you.
Or they know you or they don't understand.
Right. I mean, they may have the clinical background.
To say or what I can verbalize.
Right.
I can't verbalize.
For me, I remember my wife, with my first son, she was bleeding. Like she went to the hospital and they said, you're going to lose the baby in a matter of a month or so. And she's waiting to live. And so, you know, during that time, all I did was run. I used that as a way to just not go crazy, not panic. Mm-hmm. I prayed. I did everything that you think a religious person could do. I'm like, no, I just need to run. Because sometimes prayer doesn't help. Okay. Yeah. I know people say that, like, I know Christians might cuss me out. Don't cuss me out. But you have to apply that what you're praying for. Like, okay, do something about it.
God's as you pray, move your feet, and that's what you did.
God's not gonna be like, all right, whatever you want, it's time to work.
Right.
So I mean, to this day, I still run or I'll paint. Whatever the case, I'll try.
These are all forms of therapy.
Yeah.
Like you said, you don't have to be on the couch.
If you can't afford it, for those who can't afford it, find a different
I got some extra paint, y'all. I like paint. I don't paint, but I like to. I'm not a good painter.
Nah, you're not painting.
But I have some extra paints for those.
But you can bake. You can bake. That's
and she can draw.
Y'all want to
she can write.
She can draw.
She can write.
Did you know that she
fashion?
Drew our logo? Our logo. She sketched it in our homie C-Flux. If you're out there watching, we love you. He made it all beautiful. He added the colors. Added some color. Y'all remember our old logo. But yes, thank you, C-Flux. C-Flux.
Okay, ours is
I'm gonna record.
Okay. I can crack it. Are you a good egg cracker?
No.
Oh, we asked.
It's our only egg, so.
I ain't got none.
Don't mess it up. We only brought one.
You just talking about anxiety, don't you? Please.
And she's down here on the counter. It's like,
I would crack it on the counter. I crack it on the counter.
egg fresh from the farm. What farm did we get our eggs from?
Mayflower.
In
Good job,
Stockbridge. And they have a subscriber pack that you can get. You can come and get a bundle of fresh veggies every week. They'll mix it up a little bit.
You can get them at the farm in Stockbridge, or you can go to their market in Grant Park. I think it's Wednesdays. I don't know. I'm sorry. Just go to the website.
Two Dough Girls, they use all fresh ingredients. They care about you. Don't go to Publix and get your cookies.
Thank you.
Don't go to
Publix has some bomb
Kroger
cookies.
and get your cookies. These. Oh, I'm not legal. Giles just said I wasn't legally covered.
I said I don't think so. I'm not a litigator, but I will be shouting out names.
Let's delete that. I love you, Publix.
We can't. We're live.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that Two Dough Girls care about you. They care about you too, but they really care about the ingredients that they're putting into their food.
Thank you. That's true.
Because locally sourced.
Tracy has a 6-year-old. You got to think about what you want to feed your children. You want to be able to pronounce things that are in it. You want to be able to
pronounce things.
Yeah. You don't want no poison in there. I mean, different things are poisons to different people, but in general, we like to use fresh things. We like to use things we can pronounce, stuff that's local, fresh. It's not covered in chemicals. And yeah, another thing, it won't last as long. It won't be on the shelf like certain cookies. I was going to say a brand. But so certain cookies can be on the shelf for years and not spoil. Ours will spoil.
That's
in
so
a day.
true.
Right? Yeah, it's like, what's in there? It's delicious, but what is it? So we're eating a lot of food-like products instead of food. So we're trying to bring the food back. So I'm just
as little processed as possible. We try to get it raw.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat in this egg real quick.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's folded in all the way so it's nice and even and all the cookies are pretty.
Remember the folding last time? Know how to fold it in.
Arch was acting that. He was pretending he couldn't fold. He just didn't want to.
It smells so good.
Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know if I told you, but we're making OatMGs. Oatmeal coconut cookie.
Inspired by Kellogg's.
No mention.
Oh, sorry.
A cereal.
Crackling Oat brand.
Unless you guys want to sponsor
Kellogg's, what's up?
Well, it's inspired. I'm pretty sure Kellogg's uses GMOs and stuff like that. They need to stop that. If you're listening, Kellogg's, stop using
Put
GMO
us on the cover.
products. Yes.
That would be great.
On the cover, is that the cover of a box? You say the cover?
I don't know.
Just the front.
The front of the box.
Yeah, because they don't have a character now. We can be the character.
Was there ever
a
time where you guys just wanted to give up on this due to personal things that were going on in your life?
Not yet. We were just interviewing with another podcaster earlier today. And
Another podcast?
No, we were just talking to each other. Me and Tracy were just having a conversation.
All right, let's go. Let's just go.
You girls like, let me clean what?
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Ona. We love you.
You did what now?
Well, he's backing up. No.
Yes, Ona, if you're watching.
My thing is, as Two Dough Girls becomes more and more of a business, we want to focus on other things we enjoy doing, because this was something we enjoyed doing as a hobby for our friends and family. And now that it's a business, it's like you have to, cultivate other hobbies and dreams and goals outside of what's become a job, what's become like a duty, a business.
We want Two Dough Girls to stay fresh. We don't want it to be overwhelming or not fun. We put love into what we do, so we want to make sure we still love it.
Yeah.
And we can't love it if we're overwhelmed and stifled by it. So yeah, we try to keep it fresh by doing other things.
Yeah.
And taking breaks.
Yes.
Having just me time.
Yes. What about y'all? Have y'all ever been like, hey,
they're waving. I was just waving
There's
back.
no one waving on YouTube.
That's
okay.
About creating a culinary program for the emerging scholar. We talked about that today too. We have it on our website. If you want us to come teach you guys some stuff, we can come.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, we'll supply the ingredients and come to your house and cook for you and I think up to 4 people if you want to invite them. But no one's reached out to us for that. But our email address and all that is in our profile or on the website. Check it out. What about y'all? Have y'all been like, no, forget this podcast, forget it? I'm done.
For me, it's too early in the game to feel that way. But as far as Timber House, my company, yeah, I felt that way.
No. You gotta expound on what it is. Don't just be like, Timber House. Y'all know me. Yes, what is Timber House?
It's a production company. We do photography and film, music videos, weddings, whatever. But for me, there's times where I do want to give up. I do want to just give in because you have those dry seasons, or you have the individuals who pay you little and want the world, and they don't realize this is not my main gig. This is a side gig. But what keeps me going, keeps me afloat, is my wife. To be honest with you, my faith.
You got a good wife.
No, she definitely don't want me to give up. She's not one to allow me to give up, and so she's pushed me. But as far as like balance, like I said, for me, I just started, so I don't have those issues.
Yeah, Carol. I was gonna say, like I just said earlier, it's a lot of times I deal with issues of like, am I, the best host? Because I would say, even though I won't say I'm an extrovert. I feel like I'm more of an introvert.
You don't have to be one or the other.
You
can switch on the day.
I switch around too.
There's an actual term for that.
Omnivert.
So I've struggled with feeling that should I be the host? Like, should I be in the background more than just be the host? Because do I offer the best to the podcast?
What do you guys think that watch and listen to Black Balance? Those that are subscribed to their channel, to their podcast. Do you think Carol should do more? Is she not doing enough? Do you like what she's bringing? I love the podcast.
Yes.
I think it's not trying to be funny, but it's a great balance of personalities on the show. And the guests you guys have is a great balance of creators. To me, not perfect, but it's great. Yeah. It's different.
So I would say that's been my only like real struggle with the podcast. I would say the blessing of the podcast is the connections I've made. A lot of things I do now, like with photography and design work, I've built that clientele through the podcast, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And also relationship building. Like when we first started, it was 4 of us, and before our friendships, we saw each other on event days. Like, oh, you having a birthday? We'll come to that. So learning how to connect with 4 people, there's always going to be like ups and downs. Like, well, she's not understanding what I'm saying, like communication issues. So I think through being in the podcast, I've learned how to communicate better. I've learned to look at what I do and not just what other people are doing to evaluate myself. So I think that's a growth in it, as well as meeting the guests, but just the growth in me being a podcast. I've grown as a person and grown how to relate to other people and to understand what other people are going through.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Everybody just.
I thought it was glass.
That's awesome. So y'all never wanted to kind of shut it down and quit. I know.
No, I was saying, well, quit.
Maybe take a break or
take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were also.
I don't think I'm ever at the point where I just want to like not do the podcast anymore. Maybe I want to change my role or my position in it, but just not do it. I haven't been there yet. But I'm getting to the point.
One second. We're putting these in at 3:25 for about 12 minutes, y'all.
It's called the slow and low.
So
you make it a little
bring it back to
longer?
sex.
And we're back.
we got series like about mental health.
We didn't show it on the thing.
Oh, I did. I lifted it up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta get all these angles. We can't have no empty space here either, y'all.
So yeah, put the cookies about 2 inches apart at least. So because I didn't.
Yeah, you don't want them to be
kissing.
They'll be real ugly shaped. I think they're gonna be ugly shaped.
You think
I think they're gonna spread a lot. I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll see. They'll be delicious regardless. Yeah. Anywho,
I did it.
You don't use this?
It's a lot of buttons. I was like, let me make sure I'm doing it right. It's not
Just water.
It's so empty.
This is the first time we're using Jasmine's stove tonight.
Okay, 6 months she's been here.
Yes.
First time ever.
Okay. It has been used before.
More than water.
well, someone was using it at her house cooks when we try
Yeah,
to
see, my
So it
aunt
hasn't
and my
been-
sister,
See,
they
it's
cook,
been
they
used.
do a lot of stuff.
It's been used. Don't be trying to put her on blast.
Like, don't play me in my own house.
Right?
Right,
It's hurtful.
You know, what I was talking about since we're talking about mental health, I deal with imposter syndrome a lot. Do you guys ever deal with
With it
that?
sometimes, all the time.
Imposter syndrome?
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
when
When you're not supposed to
No,
be.
I'm not
some
sure.
that's it.
Okay. It means like when you like if someone asks you to shoot a video and you're in your mind you're like, well, I can't do it like the top guys because you.
No, go ahead.
But you feel that you're not as good as someone else.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna find out that you're not that good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's called imposter
So
complex
you
or something
you
like
fake
that.
it till you make it, in other words.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So you feel like
What
were you about to say, Giles?
The more objective definition of imposter syndrome is exactly as it sounds. You feel like an imposter in your field or your sector.
Please expound
I
on
don't-
the imposter
That's
syndrome.
all.
Yeah, I had
Go ahead.
never heard of it.
Go ahead, Giles. They didn't get
You're
it.
on. You're live.
Speak up. Speak up.
Hey, everybody.
Say what you said.
Okay.
Some
Imposter syndrome is literally as it sounds. It is when you experience the feeling of being an imposter. You feel like you're and it's typically pronounced in professions, so that you think so that you feel like you're an imposter in your profession. So Carol's example, as a photographer, you might feel like, well, I'm not as good as other photographers because they're the real ones and I'm an imposter. Hence the term
How do
imposter
you-
syndrome.
How do you think that comes about, and why do you think that comes about? Like in
It's because we live in a Western capitalist society.
okay, Giles is taking over, y'all. Are y'all listening to the man?
No, that's my opinion. That's not
And
a thing.
another part of that could be is like there's the thought of like there's nothing new under the sun, and everything
Like
that's out there has been done, and it's
certain
like, well,
markets
if
are
they did it all
oversaturated.
right, and it's like if all these other people are doing so great, like what can I
Yeah.
possibly add to the table?
And I kind of had to realize, I think it was a podcast, maybe it was Lovey Podcast. I think Yvonne was saying it, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. But they were saying if someone requests you, that means they like what you do.
Right.
And you don't really have to think about, whether or not they're going to like my work or whatever. Just like I was talking to Dr. Mill about a client, a prospective client for him. I showed them his YouTube channel, and they loved it. So it's no reason for
Right. But
you
you
to
still
have a
get
desire,
nervous.
but you still get nervous.
Yes.
But, I was like, that's a good way to look at it. She also said it's disrespectful in a way for you to say, hey, maybe go to somebody else because you're saying to them like they don't know what quality is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Right.
Like,
like,
I'm not good enough. I'm not.
Yeah. So you kind of disrespecting their opinions.
Right.
Well,
I'm like, I thought it was good. Like, you thought, I guess I don't have taste after all.
You know,
I'm hanging with the wrong people.
I just don't want to disappoint my friends. Like I hate working with friends. I have a friend now. She's getting married soon. She contacted me. I'm like,
That's pressure.
a wedding.
It's
I don't want to do that. I've done
That's
weddings,
pressure.
but I'm like, yeah, friend, no, I don't want to do it. And the money's good, but I'm
But
not
do you
doing
do it? Do
it.
you
Are you
No,
gonna
I'm
do it?
afraid, no. Let me tell you.
Is
Let me tell
there
you a
time?
story. My first wedding, I killed it. Not in a good way.
Oh.
And my wife, she was just sitting
So you're
there.
like
She's like, "Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful." I'm like, "Record." The camera's down. I'm like, needless to say, we don't talk to those people anymore. Well, we don't talk to them.
Man. Just because of that? I wouldn't do that.
That was a
They're
10
serious
year.
about their
That was a
wedding.
10 year
But I
anniversary.
wouldn't
It wasn't
stop
like
talking.
horrible, but it was years.
I would not stop talking.
So if y'all are watching,
That's
can
a
we rekindle the
mistake.
friendship?
Yeah, we need to
Come on
rekindle.
over, Mikhail.
We need to
We have
rekindle.
a
this.
We have another friend.
I thought that white people was
Hi, the other Kelly.
Hi, everybody. Say hi. I'm a little late.
So black.
What time is it anyway? I want to make sure we get to try these cookies on camera before the.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Kelly.
Just 7 more minutes. Oh yeah, what questions are we looking for? Are we ready to answer some
I
questions?
like that.
Are there any on Instagram or YouTube?
It's
No,
the
you
doubt
don't know
that tries to kill our dreams.
That's
Don't
true.
don't kill your dreams.
Oh, I like that.
Why you
Who are these
Because you
people
were on your
talking?
side.
I'm just
They got some good.
I'm
Yeah,
not
like
sure.
some good questions
Yeah.
and commentary.
Yes.
Absolutely. What do they say?
This
Do
is
you
a
think that
judgment-free
we-
zone.
Do you
Thank
think
you.
we need doubt to keep us humble to some degree?
We need what?
A little bit of doubt and fear to keep
That.
us humble?
Oh no, life will do that.
Yeah, in other layers of our life.
You can be humble in other places.
Yeah.
Not at what you're good at. Because it's like, what for? What's the point of being humble? Like, for what? What does it do?
Do that.
I think it just quiets other people's fears. They're just like, oh, well, I can be safe around this person. It's like, no,
Like,
you can't.
Like, be humble in the sense of always willing to learn or willing to take feedback.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna pretend I'm not crushing it when
Right.
I'm crushing it.
Right. Like you're killing it in a good way.
You deal with people that say, well, you shouldn't be so kind, you shouldn't be so confident. But then if I'm not confident, you tell me to be confident. I'm more confident.
It's just like that fine line.
It's never
It's like, you're hard to please. Like, people, I'm just like, you just, whatever I decide to do, you
Can I
say
do
the opposite.
anything? Right.
But sometimes you can get too high up, and sometimes you're not high up enough. But I definitely.
I've never gotten that high up.
Yeah.
I get scared to get that good. Like the Kanye West, he's really great, but look what happened to him. He fell off the wagon a little bit, but I don't want to get so caught up where I don't see others and I don't feel like they're great. I think everybody's great. I think Jay-Z said a long time ago, like God made all of us with the ability to be great. Nobody's better than the other. We're all great at what we do.
That's true.
In some form.
Kelly, you want to chime in? Kelly, you want to chime in on that?
Listening.
Okay.
So I mean, that for me, that's what keeps me humble, because I say to her all the time, her work is great. Her work is great. I like her style. My style is different from hers, but that doesn't mean that
it's a different kind of great.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think people have been taught wrong to just quiet their gifts. It's like, for what? It's like, but what does that do? Like, what is the benefit in
Speak on it. Change the bit.
What did you say, Jasmine?
Speak up.
Jasmine was on the documentary.
It's okay. No judgment here. They said it's a no judgment zone.
I'm gonna let y'all know, Jasmine was on my documentary a month ago. And when I tell you she killed it, oh my God, she killed it.
Killed it in a good way this time.
Good way. Good kill.
She killed it. So speak
on
on.
No, I can't wait to see that. Do you want to speak on your film?
Yes, changing the narrative. It's on racism, stereotypes, all the above, Trump, all that. And I'm trying to figure out, is Dr. King's dream deferred? Is it dead? And if so, how do we revive it? And my partner, my business partner and I, we traveled all over the United States. That's possible.
Okay.
And we talked to random people that we actually call friends, talk to everybody. And you wouldn't believe, everybody has a different approach, different idea of Dr. King's dream, racism. I met one lady. Just go on Changing the Narrative _ on Instagram. Also check out my page, Dr. Mill Inspires. You'll see just different videos or pictures and quotes from the people that we actually interview. I'm telling you, it's one of the dopest films. I'm not saying because it's mine.
But say it.
But it's dope. It's dope. I really
dope
believe
because it's yours.
And I've been working. I've been working on it for 3 years. If y'all don't mind me doing a shameless plug, I need 100 people to give us $100. Donate $100 because it costs money to get footage. Like I'm talking about 1960s footage. It costs like $200 to get Jesse Jackson to speak.
Wow.
Just to get that 1 minute clip. So please, if you can, donate, even if it's $5. But we really ask for 100 people to donate $100.
And then spell the doctor so they make sure they
DREMILE Inspires with an S. Instagram.
.com.
Thank you,
or
Raj.
that's the Instagram.
That's Instagram.
Okay.
You can check us out, timberhousefilms.com. You can see a short trailer in there.
Awesome.
Right.
I think you should repost the trailer because it's too far down the page.
That's true.
We post it every season. Or
I think every like 2 weeks, maybe once a month.
I'm taking all advice.
You never know when somebody's watching.
This is why we're hanging out. If you got a documentary too, remind people. We're taking a class right now. It says you gotta repost things 7 times before people actually internalize it.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you guys bake. Okay, now I see what they do. It takes 7.
Like, you're doing the strawberry.
I thought it took 3.
It
It takes
7 for them to be like.
So you gotta
fully
absorb
absorb
it.
it.
You did 7?
No. Twice.
So you have a few more.
But don't be annoying. You gotta space it out just a little bit.
How do you
And
say
have content in between, and then rotate that as well.
You can
So like put in the mix.
9 to 12. They said every 9 to 12 posts make make the reminder.
Okay.
Of what you do, like
Yeah.
your core purpose.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
We need to do that as Black Mountain.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't charge us, man.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bianca.
Bianca.
One time for Bianca.
More than
Yeah.
social, at More Than Social on Instagram.
She's amazing. She's taught us
Yes.
a lot. It's actually just information overload. Which is
So if you're
a good
an
thing.
entrepreneur, make sure you sign up and get that good knowledge.
Yeah, and you can like do it from your bed. That's what I do.
Yes,
Just
me too.
Take class from bed. So
That's right.
Yeah, so
Break out the notebook.
it's just a lot. If you wanna get it right.
And
it's
y'all don't be in their DMs asking them to share more information. Take the class.
y'all already do that. though.
Okay.
Listen to our friend.
Don't do it like that.
Yeah, they
Don't
do,
do it
and they
like
don't
that.
even say thank you.
Somebody-
They're like, "Rachel gets such and
somebody-
such," and you tell them, and they don't
somebody
even think.
should
Yeah.
That's a sore spot for me.
Yeah.
Just be gracious.
Cookies gonna come out.
All right.
Cookies gonna come out.
Jack. Oh.
It's cookies
Oh.
time.
Come out.
Oh, that's what
They
you
finna
came
come out.
for. Look at over
What?
here.
Oh, see?
You ain't slick. She came at this time. She not slick.
I called her black for being late, but she came right on time, and I think that's the thing. That's the. But I think yeah, I'm done with myself. I want to be tender on Instagram because they do be in the DMs asking questions and don't even say thank you
No.
when they get an answer.
Nope.
Are they so ready? A little longer?
I don't know.
Let me see.
How do they post
A little more toasty?
A little more toasty.
We like it a little toasty around the edges towards the bottom to make sure they're fully cooked in the middle. So we're gonna let them bake a little bit.
And I'll
That's
put
a
it
good shot
on.
too.
They're gonna come out perfect though,
That's right.
and then you can take another shot.
So what's the next question, you guys?
I was gonna talk about
What else
mooching,
is
but I was like, let me
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, let's talk about
we don't-
mooching.
Talk about what?
No, I was just no.
I just
didn't hear
love
it. What did she
these.
say?
Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you again to our good friend
Tiffany from
Tiffany is the
Miss
bomb.
Cute as a Button.
Remember,
Yes.
I remember that.
Coach James. Was
I met Tiffany when I met the Two Doe Girls. She was on the table
We
next
could
to you.
expound on that, how social media got it right with us meeting each other. Because
Yes.
that's how we met Tiffany. She started stalking us shamelessly. She's like, I stalk y'all. I love y'all. And when we met her,
And she's proud of it. She tells everybody.
and when we met her, we were like, oh my God, we love her too. And
She has a very
then
infectious
she does stuff that she
personality. You
does.
just want to hug her and squeeze her cheeks and stuff. She's amazing. She makes amazing products. You guys have to
She
check out her
does.
stuff. Like, this is just one of the many things. She does hats, she does earrings, she does t-shirts, and all different kinds of very, very black quotes and sayings, and
has
What's
social
the
media.
page? What's social media?
Miss CAAB.
customs.
I think it's Miss CAAB. And
If
then
y'all know her,
excuse me,
please-
and then CAAB Customs.
If y'all know her,
My
just
hand
look.
gotta come in
He said you can add us.
and talk over.
What? What I do?
It's a production. It's a production. Just do it discreetly. It's Dr. It's like it's Doctor.
Yeah, why are we whispering?
No one should be whispering. That's why.
They gonna hear it anyway. Right here.
Put black balance in it?
Yes, that's all it needs to be.
'Cause, okay,
Why you doing it? How's your business?
Oh.
Is it because there's a space?
Cool.
Hey, John.
Sir.
This is why.
Anyway.
Oh, anyway,
Okay.
Has social media ever done y'all wrong to where you
they laughing.
I don't know, got some weird inquiries or just some weirdos?
Yeah, and I don't want to say their names because they know a lot
No,
of
please
people I
don't
know.
say their names. Just I want a funny story.
No,
Or maybe an
it's not funny.
inappropriate
It's just
story.
it wasn't. It's just weird. Like they were
You're still
interested in my work
Mhm.
and wanted me to do something custom for them, and
Official
then
name.
they gave me their phone number and everything, and then it just fell flat. I'm like, okay, so when do you want? The moment I said this is how much it's gonna cost,
Spirit.
and I get like yeah. So I
There's
don't
a
really weird.
underscore?
Somebody
Oh,
stalking
never
me.
mind.
No,
That's what she said.
Why do you think that is
That's
to
right.
where people want to work with you? They're like hounding you, and then all of a sudden you give them a price, and it's like,
Because you know what I think? And it's weird. I'm like, okay, you think I'm dope, but not dope enough to pay me.
right.
So then I asked him, I said, "Mom, really that dope?" And of course, no, I know I'm good.
Yeah, that's why they seek you out.
Your budget doesn't meet, what you want. You're just like, oh no.
Oh, my bad.
Ooh, it's hot over there.
I'm sorry. Now they're toasty. See the little tan, the little toastiness on there? Because that's another flavor when it's a little toasty.
That's when it gets real crackling. So if you guys have some milk, some beer, some wine, y'all can make these at home. And
did you say beer?
Beer, wine.
Oh, you have to add beer and wine?
You can drink with water.
I want to drink water.
Yeah, we're still live, y'all. Y'all got anything else for us? We can just cut it
Yeah,
off.
what else are we talking about?
All right, y'all. Bye.
Did you show pictures?
We did. Watch out, that's hot.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yay.
We're opening the floor for questions. I know it's only a few of y'all left in here, but
What time is
Yeah,
it?
do you have any questions?
Sorry. It's 8:38. Well, we got about.
Oh yeah, well we gotta taste the cookies and let me.
Oh yeah, I was just
testimony.
trying to get some conversation going.
Oh yeah, in the meantime. Yeah, any questions?
Kelly, you got any questions for Black Balance or Giles? You got any questions for Black Balance or Two Dough Girls?
What's your favorite food?
Oh my God.
Each in it respectively.
My favorite food.
Favorite baked good.
My favorite baked good.
Cookie or cake? Like what's coming up next? What's next part?
I got you.
Oh.
Actually, I would have to say my favorite baked good is the Corner Square from the Corner Grill in College Park.
Yes, Lord.
What is
that
It's at the Corner Grill. It's a Corner Square. It's like bread pudding. It's like cake. It's like
got this
pie.
really thick, like
Cake
kind of cakey and
cheese
crumbly, like it's like a cookie, a thick cookie
brown
crust.
Please go. Just get you a square.
You know, I was real mad because the last time we were there,
At the Corner Grill with an E. What's up?
I'm telling you.
You got
and
to.
they're Black owned and they're delicious. The
The Corner Grill in College Park.
And so I would have to say those are my two favorite things to eat. They have this Cajun pasta,
Oh Jesus!
and then the
She's
Corner
in
Square. Those are that's
We're going
actually
there.
both
We're
of
gonna
our
take a
favorite
field
things to
trip.
eat.
Yeah. Make us some reservations. We try to stay seasonal with the fruits and stuff. So right now we're working with strawberries and berries. And
Did y'all bring my food?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to?
She's like, let me.
Like now that we're talking about it.
Because I really got
Yes. Yes, we got you. So we say
Get over here. Where my money at?
we make strawberry muffins. We make strawberry brownies. We make yes. It's really just.
Well, it's not
strawberry cake.
chocolate. How do we start?
You know the only last
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done over there.
Okay. Well, on the Instagram.
You go right back live. It'll shout.
Okay, so what this? Oh,
No.
my bad. I'm sorry.
Sorry, YouTube. I got my arm all in the way. It's not really
I'm good.
Excuse me. I wasn't finished answering Kelly's
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
Anyway, it's not really a brownie. It's just like a strawberry cake type.
But
thing.
it's got a brownie texture, so it's put in a sheet and cut up like a brownie. But it's a strawberry flavor, no chocolate.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. So whatever's seasonal, we try to keep with it.
Okay.
And light, fresh, fruity flavors are in right now.
We might have to bring them back to Just That Honey. We did them for February for Valentine's Day. So yeah, we had them at Just That Honey. So Just That Honey.
Lots of lemon.
If you would like us to bring back the strawberry cake for the strawberry season, let us know.
Lots of lemon. Lots of
So are you guys gonna
and
just
peaches.
start baking on YouTube live? Like,
Oh, we want to, but we want to just pop up into different people's kitchens.
oh,
So we can have different conversations.
Mhm.
So don't steal our ideas
So next week
because
we're gonna
we said it
be-
first.
You get your mama's
How do you
house.
trademark the conversation?
Next week we'll be.
Stamp it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Next week we're gonna be at Mikhail Wallace' house.
She's like,
Okay.
wait a minute. I didn't say that.
Hey,
I said that. Look, y'all should have seen the face.
I'll take it.
hey,
I don't have an item set up like that, but we can make something happen.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we want to keep talking about different things, express your concerns, and
Getting
just
to know
share with
our
each other.
audience.
Yes, because we're very much about community. So we want us to heal together, learn together, grow together, all that stuff.
You know what? What have you learned about yourself since you started a business?
About myself?
Yeah, let me go first.
Okay.
Wow, that's a hard question. What have I learned about myself?
What have you?
Since I've become an entrepreneur, what have I learned about myself?
You're not a quitter.
I like that.
Well, that's one thing, because there's other things that I have quit on. It's like, forget this. Like, one thing my sister's trying to get me back doing is drawing. I used to draw a lot when I was younger, and I just stopped. And I don't know. I guess I was busy working. I was doing corporate jobs, and one of them was a 4-10, and that means you work 4 days a week and you're off for 3, and you work 10-hour shifts. And I didn't really do anything else besides work. It's like I was tired. It's like it consumed my whole day, and I don't know. Just over time, I just got too caught up in that capitalism we were talking about. It can stifle people's dreams and their talents because they're too overwhelmed with just day-to-day life, being stuck in traffic, trying to find out who's going to take care of the kids, what you're going to eat for dinner. It's a lot. And it can really ruin things. There's another quote I saw recently that sometimes it's circumstances sometimes overwhelm your abilities. Is what she said.
I like that.
And she was it was a lady, she was talking about a student that she had that was like at a 1 point something GPA until she got to college. And she said what made the difference is that for the first time in her life, she actually had a bed. And she graduated with honors. Like, she was very intelligent. Her circumstances like stifled her growth.
You know how many people it's like that for
Exactly.
out here? You know, we never think about that.
Exactly. Like, we have geniuses running around. And
because
we don't know it because they're so worried about trying to pay the bills and when they're going to eat again.
Did you hear
It's
that?
cookie time.
Did you hear what Steve Harvey said? Like about not sleeping?
I heard about that quote.
I missed it. What did he say?
Because what's his name? Elon Musk said something recently like that too. Like, oh, there's no millionaires don't be sleeping.
Yeah, he said whoever you know who loves to sleep, they're poor. He was like, when you want to be successful, you cannot sleep.
Do y'all follow Nap Ministry? They make it very clear. They make it very clear that you should be resting because you cannot be your best when you don't get rest. Like, how can you just keep going and going and going?
You saw California time. I'm Eastern time. I'm good. I can remember 8 o'clock.
He wasn't talking about everybody.
He was talking about California, okay? California.
We're actually from California, so I'm not sure where you're going with this.
Because at 8 o'clock, what time is it here? At 8 o'clock, 11?
If it's 8 there, it'll be 11 here, yes.
That's what I'm saying in the morning. So business already started. The market already started. That's what he's talking about. But for me, I live here on the East Coast, so I have to get up at 8 o'clock. So I'm asleep.
I think that's super backwards to not rest. Resting is normal. You have to rest. You have to rest. It's like, how can you give your best?
I think you should just be smart with the hours that you have. But I think you should get your full amount of sleep. Because like we said, this is mental health month, right? Everyone cannot afford to stay up for, just sleep for 3 hours and keep on going because we have other issues in our life. So,
and you got single parents.
Yeah.
Come on.
So it does not mean you're going to be poor because you enjoy sleeping.
And you listen to your body too.
Yeah, listen to your body.
That too.
Yeah.
But when you don't have time, when you're not slowing down, you can't listen to it.
The people on the other side of the argument have the same concerns. They have families and they have things that press on their time as well, but they choose not to sleep. To speak to that, how do we respond to that?
Who's not sleeping?
Steve Harvey.
Who is Steve Harvey?
He's a person who, by Western standards, Steve Harvey and those who might share his viewpoints. By Western standards, they are successful. That's who they are. And to speak to that, to speak to the idea that that's not true success, being unhealthy. Now Steve Harvey can tell us, well, I have peace and I feel healthy all the time.
Steve Harvey does not seem like a peaceful, pleasant man. So that's why I'm like, if it was somebody that was very like, dang, I would love to meet this person. They have a great calm energy. Then I'd be like, okay, you don't need to sleep because this person who's living that way is all right.
Bro, you backwards. Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
I'm getting sleep.
Right. Like I like to get like plans canceled and stuff so I can sleep. Like I love my bed so much. It's just I love when
broke. Okay, he says broke.
But we are broke. He's talking about us.
I'm saying, but are we broke?
But
I guess yes, we're broke.
We're broke.
Yeah. Because we
He's
sleep.
been broke for a while, right?
Right.
Before he got to that point, he was broke for a while. So was But to me, having his money doesn't mean I'm rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like me taking care of my kids, me seeing my kids, and spending that quality time with my kids and my wife. See, that's rich.
Exactly.
Being in good health, being at peace is
exactly
rich. Is being rich.
Preach.
And some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Oh, dang, she took it there.
Y'all gotta go
I said
we
some
don't
people
get
are so
Steve
poor. Some people are so poor. All they have is money.
Y'all,
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put on the shirt.
Yeah, that's.
y'all come give us some on camera cookie reviews, please.
Yes. We need some testimonials for our oat. These are our OatMGs. They're not on our website, but you can order them to our friends who checked us out.
We need one at a time. We're gonna go this way.
Okay. I thoroughly enjoyed my cookie. I would like to have more, so I'm just gonna take another one there.
What did you like about it?
Well, first of all, I like the texture.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you shouldn't be talking with your mouth.
You gotta be on camera. You gotta be on YouTube.
100. What you talking about? You cook it too soft. That's how you know your cookie ain't talking about that.
Anyway, okay.
So what I like about it, I like the way.
As long as you don't laugh
I like to taste that butter in there. That's what I'm talking about. When I go to the grocery store, I can't. They're all right.
Stop going to the grocery store. Is what you're telling the people.
That's right.
Tell me, get you one of these.
All right.
Stop playing games.
Get you an OMG.
Stop playing games.
OMG. Oh my.
Kelly, you want to go ahead? Okay, Carol, you have one.
What do you like about it, Carol?
Hold on.
Tell us what you like about this cookie. The
OMG.
OAT.
I like.
It smells so good.
I like the crispiness.
Crispy on the edges.
It tastes buttery.
There you go.
Brown butter. I told you.
Okay, that's the.
We back to sex again. We back on sex, y'all.
I was like, wait a minute, what we got?
It's flavorful. The flavor just vibrates through the cookie.
Vibrate.
I like that.
The cookies are vibrating, y'all. You hear that? Get
Vibranium.
The cookie with vibranium over here. What's wrong with your head? What you still over here?
Vibranium.
Western cookie?
Vibranium.
Vibranium in them OMGs. You ain't got no vibranium in your OMGs. OMGs.
It's OMG.
OMGs.
Same thing.
Like I said, OMGs.
OatMGs.
You ain't got no vibranium in your OMGs.
Real.
They sell these.
Kelly, what you got? You ready?
Have you ever had Crackle and Oat brand cereal? In the little blue box?
No.
Has anybody in here had it? I was just gonna ask, like, does it taste similar to you, sister? What do you think?
It's good.
It's so good.
I can definitely, like, if I was to pick out your cookies, I can do it. You line up and go 5, 6 cookies. I can pick out this one and don't yours. Wow. Different taste.
That warms my heart.
Yes.
Thank you, Kelly.
Absolutely.
Tracy, the inventor of this recipe here. Tilt the camera for you.
She's kind of biased, but okay.
My sister.
Well, I was inspired. We were inspired by one of our favorite cereals, but the texture is great. It's a nice, like Carol said, it's crispy and chewy. I love that coconut, the little hardiness of the coconut with the oats as well. So it's like buttery. That butter, that brown butter is popping. Yeah, if you guys have these, you might want to warm them up because they're so good warm. Some cookies, it takes it to a different level when you warm it back up.
I agree.
Yes. So these might be one of those cookies. It's like just have it a little, just put in the oven in the broil for just a second or two.
Warm OatMG.
We don't really like microwaves too much, but you can throw it on the stove, on a little pan real quick. Just warm them up real quick. If you have a little toaster. I've put cookies in the toaster before. Have y'all ever done anything weird like that?
Anyway, moving on.
I was like, well, where we going with this? Okay. Tracy. Listen. I'm not a sweet guy. I really don't like sweets, but I'll tell you, this is really good. I don't even drink milk, but I would eat this with milk, wine, not beer. I know you mentioned beer earlier, but
water,
wine. You can even have this with some hen dog. I'm talking about.
Hey, be real. Listen.
For those who don't know what hen dog is, that's Hennessy. Okay,
That's real.
This right here will get me. Okay, babe, I'm bringing you some. All right.
True. It's not gonna be any.
That's real.
That's real. Jasmine said how.
The beautiful Jasmine.
Save me one. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm telling man, you put some Hennessy.
Why Hennessy? In the cookie?
Brown, baby.
Brown.
Look, you don't see her?
Jasmine look like she having sex.
So, Jazz, you open the cookies too, right? Man, my girl's in a relationship, so she has a relationship with a cookie right now.
Yes.
And look at the little tiny
How is it? How's Jazz? Go ahead.
Little baby gonna be one of the perspectives in the open relationship now.
A cookie dog.
You gotta bring the cookie here. Now, is it good enough to bring it to the bedroom? We ain't talk about sex. Is it good? Yeah, I think it is.
Do y'all think it's good enough to bring to the bedroom?
You think, yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me try to save house.
She's still no words, y'all. No words yet.
Wow. Got you like that?
It's a PG.
That's that butter
We're
powder.
gonna bring it happy
It's
on.
not even super sweet.
No.
This is perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
I love
It's a midnight conversation.
She's clutching her pearls, y'all.
HBO.
we started off.
It's HBO conversation.
No, it's HBO now. It's HBO.
It's HBO conversation.
It's HBO. I love it.
Anybody else got anything to say about the cookies?
That's all Jasmine had to say was the.
She's speechless.
She's speechless, y'all. She's at a loss for words.
You have that first
No,
time.
my commentary was like, it was so good, but it's not so sweet. It's not like
so
really
good.
sugary, you know?
It's flavorful.
It's flavorful. It's very well balanced. Very well balanced.
So I'm just saying,
He
is
likes
this a
Black
threat?
Balance
Is this a
podcast.
threat? Did he tell you, man? He might have to scoot over. 'Cause
Yeah,
Sure.
So ridiculous.
my wife, I'm telling you, I love you, but these are too good. And my wife sometimes she's sour. This is
Sorry,
perfect.
look, they're
Wait,
gone.
this is real love.
Look how
I'm
quick
going
they
to save
disappeared.
in half.
I do want something.
There was like 20 cookies on his plate. Dang, y'all. Cookies
don't lie. Cookies don't
My
cheat.
cookies don't lie. Like the hips, they said the hips don't lie. These cookies don't lie. There was like
You gonna make them fall.
It was like 20 cookies on this plate, and now there's 3. And then there were 3. And then there were 2.
I was still eating though.
They're really good.
They're really good.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta admit this one.
I got boxes for y'all.
Two windows.
Those are real cute.
I'll put it back.
Why are you holding it like that? Tracy, who's gonna have the last cookie? We're not taking this.
It's mine.
All right, y'all, this is the last,
They're boxes.
The last 5 minutes here.
Snowflake.
So if y'all have any questions, if y'all have any comments, please let us know.
Look at this one.
We want to thank everybody.
She's making love to the cookie.
All of our new subscribers, old subscribers, everybody that's ever bought anything. Kelly, please.
Come on.
She's over here. She's dancing with the cookie, y'all. She's over here dancing.
This is over here driving up in the air.
Okay, we're gonna say our goodbyes, everybody. So
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Tracy, Kelly, we're the 2 Go Girls. And then we have Black Balance Podcast. Cammy is here in spirit. And here's Dr. Emile and Carol of Black Balance Podcast.
Kelly, a strong supporter.
Guys,
We got 2 Kellys that both in. Hey, y'all. Giles, Carol, Tracy,
DJ
Dr. Emile, DJ Black, Jasmine with the cookies still romancing. She's still romancing the cookies.
romancing y'all.
We want to thank y'all for having us and joining us, baking with us. we hope to do this again. Leave your comments. Let us know how you liked it, what you like to see from Black Balance, from Two Dope Girls. And we love y'all.
Next time.
Peace.
Thank y'all.
Bye, Instagram.
Bye, YouTube.
Can someone take a group photo of us?
Yes.
Oh.
Jasmine?
Oh, I
No,
can.
just set a
I can
time.
just set it up.
Yeah, just set a time.
Okay.